If you really think about it, there's so much poetry which fills this earth. If something hurts, if it bleeds, or if it cracks you open with joy, there's surely poetry which you've encountered. This is Sunil Bhandari, and you are listening to Uncut Poetry. For anyone who bleeds. This question of my country is a question I'm asked, as if I don't only have the answer, but I'm the answer myself. I stand on the stage as a poet, I'm looked up as a person, and when I sing a joyful song of praise, I'm looked down as a traitor. I'm scarred with love, I'm scarred for country, but I know my reason's not the only one. Those who hate me for what I think are those who love this country equally well. Who are we to fight on the idea of what a nation should be when it lurches on with its scars and forgives us on the way? I carry that hurt in my heart, for I know there's more than just me, so I put my belief on the side and help anyone who bleeds. I carry that hurt in my heart, for I know there's more than just me, so I put my belief on the side and help anyone who bleeds. These past few days I'm thinking a lot about the reality of a nation, and time and again I'm coming back to the idea of a nation. I talk to people who love this country, possibly can die for it, but when questioned about the state of the nation are either heartbroken, broken or ready to break something. There's an atlas of indignation inside them, and they follow its contours whenever the country is discussed. The atlas has only troughs and heights, but the tops are reached with difficulty and rarely, and they languish in the valley of their anger and despair. They conceive of the entirety of a nation's complexity in a few algorithms of politics and society. Their mood is driven by the headlines, and the headlines are driven by the nature of the publication they read, and the publications are driven by what is most sensational on the day. Regardless, our hearts are broken every morning. Even as we breathe its air and hum its tunes, even as we traverse the streets which we love as our own backyard and spend an evening with those who give meaning to our existence, we focus on our idea of what we think is happening to the country and hate half its politicians and, more debilitatingly, half its people. Who are we to judge? Who are we to judge people? Anyone as deeply flawed as we are, anyone with the prejudices we carry inside us, is in no position to cast aside the belief systems of the other half. For in doing so, we are compromising the diversity of thoughts and beliefs of a mass of our brethren. We are rejecting them not for their humanity or generosity, but because of what they believe in politically. There are some wrongs which are in the realm of black and white, but others are our ideas of situations and people, nothing more, nothing less. All we need is quietude and a question, to reach out, to reach in, and then to walk side by side, comfortable in the knowledge that we both believe what we do and are still terrific people to know. The day we find our bridges over our most deep-seated resentments, we are on the way towards finding our nation's true DNA and not get lost in our idea of what it is. This is Sunil Bhandari, and you were listening to Uncut Poetry. Did you know that I've started a newsletter called The Uncuts? It's a weekly, and it is full of grace and music and art and poetry. Get the link in the show notes. And did you like this episode? If you did, you must share it with someone you love. And why not follow Uncut Poetry on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Ghana, JioSaavn, Google Podcasts, or anywhere you get your podcasts so you don't miss a single episode. See you next week.